Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's DJ Kaz right here. This is how we do. Check it out. Just came out of Club Atom, Shibuya. Going on to the next gig. It's Midas, Club Midas in Roppongi. Here we go. How you doing underage? I'm DJ Cash, Rock Solid Productions, and this is my story to you, coming right here from the studios. You know how we do. For me personal, hip hop is my life. I've been part of hip hop since 1984. Started out breakdancing, graffiti artists, starting DJing, local radio stations, and so forth in my home country, Denmark, Copenhagen. That's where I'm from. I came to Japan in 1991 as a DJ, pioneer of hip hop, the Universal Zulu Nation, Africa Islam, Africa Mambata, and that was the beginning of where I'm at today, 18 years later. Let me show real hip hop. Come on. I ventured into production and getting into the hip hop community in Japan for the rap community with a good friend of mine, MC Franken. We started out in a small studio I had in Meguro a long time ago, and we basically just got together through a mutual friend who introduced me to him, and since then we've just been banging it out every week, new tracks, CDs, and so forth. You know, the first impression I had of Franken was incredible. At that time, we're talking 8 years ago, 9 years ago, I saw Franken in a small club in Aoyama, and he was literally going from table to table, doing a freestyle like, yo, kite kudasai, what about for MC Franken, nandoga, like a freestyle session all by himself, just having fun with it, like true hip hop is all about. And I was like, wow, this dude is crazy. I need to talk to this guy. Unfortunately, on that night, I didn't have a chance to get with him and talk to him. So through a mutual friend, I was introduced to Franken a few weeks later, and that's when our story begins up until this day. We have a little pickup. We'll find out where they're at. Our first approach, Franken and I, was pretty much to get to know each other. The boundaries there is between being a foreigner in Japan, dealing with Japanese culture and Japanese people, can be difficult sometimes. I found that Franken, to me, was just another human being, and he found me as another human being. So we never had any issues. We always had a great working relationship, and I've always been able to support him to where he's at today. The first song we did was called Junbi OK. Amazing song. Unfortunately, we don't have a copy of it anymore. We probably have to redo it one day. But it's an amazing song. He brought all the energy, and before we knew it, everybody in Shibuya, all over Tokyo, they were singing along to Junbi OK. It was crazy. From that point on, we got more serious. We realized that, well, there's some potential here. Oh, okay. Come walking down. This guy's shooting. What's up? The official first mix CD/album came out in 2006. That was pretty much 6 years later after we started working together. That's how long it took, for various reasons. But when it hit the streets, you know, Go Franken, anybody knows that song. You know, it was big, you know, huge underground hit, and people still know that song to this day. Tokyo Fight Club 2 came out in 2008, and that was a whole different level for Franken, and for me as well. Music was banging, had hits on it, you know, people were really feeling it, and it's a great album, still is to this day. Now looking into 2010, as we here arrive, we're doing the next album, Franken. You know what I mean? Up to you. Now that's a message already. Up to you. What are you gonna do? 2010. Get with it. You know what I mean? Now this is the official First EP is all full tracks produced right here, Rock Solid Productions, by me and D-Focus from Face Music, and it's an exciting project. I want everybody to check it out. If you go back and look at Fight Club 1, 2, and then this, you can see how much Franken has evolved, and it's exciting.
要は今回マイメン DJ キャッシュがアンダーエイジに初登場してくれてマジで俺も嬉しいぜ。だけどみんな DJ キャッシュが英語で話しすぎちゃってみんなやられちゃってんじゃないの？大丈夫？お次は DJ キャッシュの俺フランケン以外のプロデュースワークについての話を聞いてみようか。しっかりとチェックしてくれよ。
Franken, Tokyo Fight Club. Nicole, Gonna Bounce, Los Angeles artist. First release on Handcuff Records. Pete Rock, Seal Smooth. Japanese artist Satomi, 2 songs on her previous album. More mixed CD stuff, Japanese artists. This is the first release, my first production ever on Tokyo Explosion, like 93. Another American artist from Los Angeles, Poppy. Did Flash Beat. It's like game music. Molly Mall, Hip Hop Dictionary. Rinko, her new album coming out soon. Far Side, another classic that we released from Handcuff Records. And back to Franken. Through the different connections and all the networks I had made over the years, I was introduced to a good friend who became a good friend of mine. We started our own label called Handcuff Records in 1999. Our basic idea to make the label was to produce Japanese artists for the Japanese market. But to basically get a foot in the door, we were like, well, why don't we start doing some licensing deals? Our first licensing deal was Pete Rock and CL Smooth, Back on the Block. So that took off like crazy because Pete Rock hadn't released anything in years before that with CL Smooth, so it was a big single. And following up to that, Molly Mall, The Far Side, the list goes on and on. We had great success. Unfortunately, with the label, we ended up doing only licensing and then not any productions, which I really wanted to do, and why we all put it